Criminal activities have been part of our society and culture for thousands of years. Making people hostages is one such evil activity prevailing within us since the inception of human beings. A person is said to be a hostage when taken by unknown or known people, mostly to draw a hefty ransom amount from the families concerned or gain some political advantages. Personal enmity or hatred may also lead to such a heinous act of someone's abduction. In the news, the practice might seem to be a scene of a thriller movie or drama, but such cases disturb the mental and psychological condition of hostages in the years to come. How do hostages react, and whether they compose themselves in such fearful situations? The answer solely depends upon an individual's nerves and how he deals with such situations. Most people do panic and lose their senses in such tough situations. They just put themselves on the mercy of offenders and do nothing at all. However, some courageous and intelligent people find one or the other way out. There are certain people we know who remained calm and made their way out by using some cheeky means to send a message to helping hands out there. There is no doubt that they were lucky enough to find someone helpful out there, yet the credit goes to hostages who made it all possible by acting smart. Make sure to watch this video till the end, because it may save your life one day. Before the start of the video, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get notifications whenever we upload a new video. So, let's start the video. An 8-year-old little houseworker was held hostage by her housekeeper. She was forced to do all types of cleaning and other works, all day long, without any rest. Apart from the hard physical work she had to bear, she was also physically abused. They used to keep her in the storeroom for hours. This store was located at the outer end of the house. To her luck, there was a small window in the room which opened in the street. She somehow managed to write a message on a piece of rough clothes and threw it out the window. Some passers-by saw the message and, suspecting there was something wrong inside, informed the police. She got rescued from there eventually. A hostage girl reached out to the authorities with a pizza order. The story seems interesting, right? It is. A smart woman, Cheryl, got into the news when she used a food app to reach out to the authorities. She used a pizza app to send a call for help. She was held hostage by her boyfriend at his house. She convinced her abusive boyfriend that their children were hungry and that they should order food. Her boyfriend allowed her to place an order. She did order the pizza, but with some extra stuff. She wrote down the pizza's flavor and size and included, "Please help, get 911 to me" note in her order. Luckily, she was read and she was responded. The Pizza Hut employees conveyed the message to the police. The police arrived at the spot and the girl was rescued. Have you ever been suspicious about someone's character just by looking at their looks or dresses? Alaska Airlines stewardess Hillia Federick noticed two strange passengers on board, a man with a nice dress and a girl with a dirty dress. Hillia was convinced that the two were not relatives or colleagues. There was a continuous sense of caution within her, so she went to the girl and tried to talk to her. But, to her surprise, the conversation was denied by the man. It added more to her curiosity. She now wanted to do something for her. Hillia somehow managed to bring the girl to the washroom, where the girl wrote the message on the mirror. She needed help as she was a victim of human trafficking, and she was being trafficked. The pilot was instantly informed, and the offender was taken very well care of on landing. Well, the ill practice has been continued on all the levels. There are incidents in which people were kept hostages across the borders, yet some of the smart hostages were intelligent enough to send messages to their people back home. One such event occurred during the Vietnam War, where Jeremiah Denton's jet was shot down, and he was taken as a hostage. At the time of his abduction, he served as a high-ranked officer in the United States military. He used a unique method to communicate with his authorities. He somehow managed to participate in a television interview. When authorities watched the interview, they found something strange going on with his eyes. They noticed his eye movements and found out that he was probably trying to convey a message. They noticed intervals, speed, and frequency to decode the message. They were soon able to decode what the message was. The word was torture. He was eventually rescued after 8 years of imprisonment. Almost the same, The story is associated with Sub-Lieutenant John Pryor, who was captured by the Germans in World War II. He used to send letters to his family with the consent of the Nazis. Apparently, there was nothing sensitive in the letters. However, the letters were decoded by a team of mathematicians, and they found amazing information coded within the letters. Letters contained all sorts of information regarding the situation in prison and how life was there. The messages were so deeply coded that even John Pryor himself failed to decode them in 1980, 40 years after the letters were written, stitching the codes. There has also been yet another similar case. Germans took Major Alexis Kasdagli as a war prisoner and sent him to a prison camp. He chose sewing as a profession and made beautiful patterns on clothes. Nazis were so impressed with his work that they would take those pieces of clothes with them to hang them in their offices for decoration purposes. You got it right. These patterns were the codes, and each of them had a message. Germans could not read the patterns. Otherwise, he would have been killed instantly. The patterns read, "God save the king," and "fuck Hitler." The stitching can still be seen in museums in London. What can people do in desperate times? Surely desperate actions to come out of such situations. Hamid Sadiq, who was the brother of billionaire Arab ambassador in England at the time, did something strange to come out of the detention. 4 men in 1996 for ransom kidnapped him. The kidnappers demanded $17 million for his safe return. He was kept chained with a bed for more than 10 days. He had no option but to drag the whole bed with him when and if possible. He took the courage and started walking out of the apartment, pulling a complete full-size bed with him. He knocked at a woman's door and told her about the incident. He was successfully liberated the next day. A Japanese journalist was captivated by some pirates in the Indian Ocean. The journalist was smart enough to leave a message in a capped bottle and throw it into the water. After some days, the bottle was discovered by some travelers who informed the scenario to relevant authorities. Hence, the journalist managed his survival incredibly. What would you do if you were piloting an airplane and someone enters the cockpit with guns loaded? Would you obey him or think something adventurous to deny the kidnapping? Well, a similar incident of attempted kidnapping happened in an airplane. A man with 2 loaded guns entered the cockpit and tried to force a landing. The pilot remained calm and evaluated the situation quickly. He figured out that the hijacker did not know the French while most of the passengers were French. So the pilot announced strong upcoming turbulence in the plane in French. The hijacker couldn't get the message and lost his balance. The crew did well to get him down. On landing, he got arrested by the police. A woman bought a purse from Walmart, and when she opened the purse, it contained a letter in the Chinese language. The buyer lady was convinced that the letter was written in a hurry, and the writer could be in some sort of trouble. She got the letter decoded, and the message was worrisome. The message was about forced Chinese workers who were working 14 hours a day. They were also beaten if they failed to complete the assigned job. The cost of medicine was used to be deducted from their salaries. Don't you think companies should strictly check the origin of their products or raw materials? Let us know your opinion in the comment section below. So this was all about this video. Which of these secret messages do you think were the most amazing and impressive ones? Let us know in the comment section which of the hostages was the smartest. Thanks for watching the video till the end. Don't forget to drop a like down below. It motivates us to bring more awesome content for you guys. And yes, do subscribe to our channel for more awesome content like this. Until next time, bye.